Welcome to Seven Trumpets Prepper. Guys, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about what's really going on with this whole coronavirus thing. I have been gone to California, I'm trying to think, since about the last week and a half. I have been in the mix of either travels or prep for travels or whatever. And there's just been so much going on in the world and the news and the media. Well, when I want to take you through a step-by-step journey of what's went on in the last bit. We'll just say in the last week or two, what's really going on behind the scenes. I'm going to show you video footage from airport travel. I'm going to show you video footage of Disneyland. I was there the day they announced it, that they were going to shut down Disneyland beginning on the 14th. I was there. I want to show you the foot traffic in Disneyland because I'd never been there. So I got tickets while I was out there. I was like, you know what, let's just go check this out, see what it's about. And by the way, the Indiana Jones ride is outstanding. But anyway, I want to show you the foot traffic that was there that day. I'm going to show you when I got home, the situation with the shelves, and I'm sure everyone around's facing the same situation with the toilet paper, but there's a lesson to be learned from that for the future. I'm going to talk about the CEO stepping down, 2020 ID program, H1N1 versus Corona. I want to show you a comparison on that, and what we can learn from this. So before I go any further, I just want to say this. I completely disregard and dismiss this coronavirus thing altogether. I'm going to do another video about things that you can do to protect your health, a bunch of essential oils, natural herbal things that you can put in your system to keep you well. Ladies and gentlemen, I know what I'm about to tell you in the next video will work because I have taken them for years. And I slipped here recently this past year or two and didn't take them like I should, and I got the flu. And I'll tell you, it was so bad that when I went to bed that night, when I had the flu, the one night, my heart was hurting so bad and my body was so on flame that I thought literally, I prayed to the Most High, if that was going to be the night I got my ticket punched, to please remember me. That's how bad it was. So, you know, the flu kills more people and has killed more people than coronavirus probably ever will. One last note I'm going to say, and then I promise I'm bust right into this video. I'm going to show you clips and everything. The one thing I would say to this, I went to do a consultation right before I left for the job for California, the prep work for it out there, to do off-grid solar for a customer. And I talked to a doctor that is retired, that is he's 80-something-year-old physician. Okay, he juices, he's a healthy guy. I mean, he really he really tries to take care of himself. He told me, we and him was having a discussion in his foyer at his house before I left, after doing his consult work to get his project started. And me and him was talking, and I said, you know, heart disease kills more people than anything else that I can think of. And he said, well, actually now, Luke, lung cancer is the #1 killer. But regardless, and I'm not debating him. Hey, I believe in staying in your lane. I'm an electrical guy. He's a doctor. He's an actual physician. So if he says that's what it is, that is good in my book, just because that he's an upright man, he's a doctor, and he knows his stuff. All right. So just looking at the stats, that, you know, whether it's lung cancer, heart disease, or whatever, the common flu, there's more bodies dropping over that than the coronavirus. And that's what irritates me the most. I'm not saying people can't die from this. I'm not saying that it couldn't be a bad thing. What I'm saying is there's a lot more. You know, I watched the movie Rambo Last Blood on the flight, and sex trafficking young women, more women die of being drugged up and murdered and raped than this virus. I mean, I could just keep going on, and that's why I'm so irritated with the news. But I want to show you some stuff here. I know I've talked at the beginning of this video. I want to show you some stuff here. So the first clip that we've got going is this is Sacramento Airport. Okay. Now this wasn't like 5 a.m. or something. This was oh gosh, what time was my flight out?
I just can't believe it's this empty.
Yeah, my flight was at lunch. And I always try to show up there when I fly, guys, is about an hour to hour and a half before my flight's out. So this is midday. Airport's completely dead. I mean, just dead. Now, I'm sorry, I was wrapped up doing other things. When I got to Minneapolis on my connection flight, it wasn't that busy either. Now, it was, you know, it had plenty of traffic, but it wasn't like you couldn't, I mean, like I sat right down at Chili's and got some food at the airport, no questions asked, the instant service. I mean, like, anywhere, anything you want to do. I mean, there's just no line wait. I literally had one person in front of me at the Amex exchange to get some currency exchange because I'm trying to put some euros back and diversify some currency. But other than that was all was going on. Now, the next clip that we're going to go into right here is, like I said, this is the day that Disney announced the closure of their parks until, I think it's late April, beginning of April or something. Anyway, they're closed for a while. Well, here's the foot traffic you can see that morning. Everybody was standing there trying to get tickets to get on Rise of Resistance because there's only so many boarding passes. So everybody was waiting right there in the center circle for them to open in the rest of the park that morning. We were in there early, and all these people were waiting to get the access pass thing for that, right? And so you can see there was a ton of people there, and there was a ton of people waiting outside. And now the news tried to make it like that there ain't nobody going nowhere doing nothing. Folks, that place was packed to the gills. All right, now let's fast forward and get home. Here is some video of Dollar General.
This is stupidity, folks. Stupidity.
And you can see here, you know, the shelves are bare on the toilet paper and stuff like that. Now, I want to pause on this segment for a second because this is important to take away, is that if you look at that in the light of all these years I've told you to prep for the trumpets, when the trumpets start, when the stuff really actually hits the fan, when the plagues start, when the trumpets start, when all these final events start, and we're like this close, by the way, there's not going. The next thing's gonna be ain't no food, ain't no guns, ain't no bullets, ain't no nothing. I mean, like toilet paper right now over coronavirus, right? And keep in mind, I'm sure a lot of that toilet paper was made in China. I thought about that afterwards yesterday too. Oh my word! But anyway, if you look at this now, this is the stuff that people always laughed at preppers for, and this is what the masses are doing. There's this quote from the Joker that I'll try to post up here, and I know it's a fictional character, but literally the quote is exactly spot on. Because people lose all morals, lose all care. There's some guy that bought up like all the hand sanitizer stuff he could and sold it on it, turned around and sold it and made like 70 grand in a week or something. Folks, I'm telling you, there's people that are planning to capitalize when crap hits the fan. There's people that plan to murder, rape, pillage, and kill when crap hits the fan. There's people like myself that I plan to disappear if at all possible. Whenever crap hits the fan, I want to be forgotten. I want to be remembered of y'all. I want to be forgotten of the world. I want people to think I'm dead if possible. That's the category Luke falls in, and Seven Trumpets Prepper there. But anyway, this is a poster child, the toilet paper situation, for how much worse it can get later on. You look at the holidays when people go the day after they're supposed to be celebrating Turkey Day and being thankful for things, and you look at the situation that night, when people go shopping and going crazy and beating each other down for a flat screen TV and all this stuff. This is the hysteria that the media is creating, and this is the hysteria that will come whenever the trumpets start, and it'll be too late for a lot of people. And the next thing I want to say to that is, if you look right before this got real bad, CEOs were stepping down. There's a list there on the screen. Bill Gates also with Microsoft, I think. I'm trying to think of some others off the top of my head to add to the list. But anyway, it's quite a list. And, you see that companies are going to be getting support now financially and all this stuff, it looks like. And there is an agenda behind all this. There's always something. When I look at a disaster, when I looked at, from 9/11 forward, I've always tried to look at this anymore, is that if you see something bad happening, what is really going on the back end of things, right? These CEOs stepping down, here's an opportunity. Just what was it like in 2008, the bailouts, and then the auto industry and all this stuff, guys, it's always a money grab during these things. But the backside of that, from secular things, is if you look, the ID 2020 thing, it's very interesting that Brother Joel told me the other day, some banks are apparently not wanting to take cash and right now with this going on. And the thing is, guys, if you look at the 2020 ID program, pictures on the screen here, that with that situation coming, you have to have, like in Tennessee, you have to have the, I think it's called the real ID thing or whatever, as they're calling it, is you got to have a star either on your driver's license, which you know, the more I start looking at stars anymore, the 5-pointed star, especially within government, you know, it's nothing but a pentagram, right? And so you have to have the satanic symbol on your driver's license. And then you have to have this updated passport, which eventually will integrate into a biometric RFID chip. I have no doubt about it. This is the last transition before that. I think that the real ID thing, the reason they're doing that is because, like, for example, at the airport right now, I just showed them a driver's license, boom, on a plane. But flying the friendly skies with Delta, right? But there's coming a time after October this year that you don't have that star on your driver's license when you go to the airport where you can't fly. Well, it's a slow, steady, progressive compromising down to eventually that if you don't have biometric RFID chip, can't buy or sell, can't fly, can't travel, can't do anything. And that's something that everyone needs to be aware of, because it's like coronavirus today was toilet paper. Hemophoboplopa blah 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 virus may be the one that actually gets people to have to get an RFID chip later down the road because of fear and panic, right? And what was I going to say to that? There was something else I was going to say. That there was a book published years ago, and I'll try to pop this picture in as well. There was a book published years ago that covered about this same situation taking place. And it was published in the newspaper about that book too and everything. And just very interesting stuff, guys. I'm telling you, like, it seems like nothing never happens that it's not been foretold before it happens. You know, like the wicked tell what they're going to do most often, put it right in your face. The Most High always warns his servants before judgment comes. You know, so we have that warning ahead of time too. So like, you know, there's always something out there. You know, you get these warnings on things. All right, one other thing I want to say before I get to the end of this video. If you look right here, this next slide, the H1N1 when Obama was in office compared to this garbage of coronavirus right now, it's just night and day. And the drama that's stirred up by the media right now, I'm going to tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I posted on Facebook a post. I'll try to put this picture up too, that I literally said that pretty much because of all the garbage that the media is doing to hype this up, that if they cause a panic in the streets and etc. and a collapse, that I hope people kick their doors in on them and their families first, because they're the ones that fed that fire. And I'm not sorry for that. I'm not, because, you know, you can't wake up a beast, a sleeping giant, and then be sitting over here on the sidelines when it goes raging. It needs to come raging to your house because you're the one that woke it up, not me. Now, the last thing I want to say about this is because, like I said, I got another video coming about what I do to try to stay healthy and protect myself against everything across the board. And that way you've got all the options on the table you see that I use. And because I just don't like taking antibiotics, I don't like going to the doctor. I don't like anything like that, guys. There's just so many different things you can use that's all natural. It's kept me good and going and healthy by the grace of Most High Yah, and I believe it can help you too. But the last thing I want to say to this, and I really want you to take it to heart, is what we need to learn from this is, if you look, and I've seen this with, you know, you got to look across the board, family, friends, co-workers, everybody, is you need to take opportunities like this with this virus and look at people and watch how they respond. Like people like me, people's just appalled at me that I've just been absolutely belligerent. I'm just like, I don't give a flip. I walk through the airport, no mask on, no gloves, no safety glasses, pick my nose, wipe my eyes, just done everything I could to be belligerent. I'm serious. That's how I am, because I ain't paying this virus no respect. It does not get my respect. It does not get my fear. I have no respect into it. Now, with that said, I've seen somebody I thought was getting the flu the other day, and I'm like, bro, go away. I love you, but just stay far away. Because I'm telling you, I done had that once. I haven't been sick in years, and that was messed up stuff. All right, but you know, pay attention how people react, because the reactions that they have whenever, you know, the media tries to stir up hysteria and things like that, you need to check these people right then and there, and you need to observe them after you check them, because those people, if they can't seem to hold it together through times like this, bro, whatever you do, separate your company from them people gently over time, because when the time comes and stuff really hits the fan and it's, well, this person don't have a RFID chip, they're a danger. Guess who's going to pick up the phone and call and report you? Them type people. Who's going to call the FEMA camp and report you? Them type people. So learn from these moments. Take these opportunities and be grateful for them, to learn from it and see how people respond, react, and etc. Because I'm telling you, this is nothing compared to what's really coming. Guys, as always, till we see you again here at 7 Terms Prepper Channel. It's great to be back with you. It's back home again. Hope the Most High Yah Baruch you and keep you, make his face shine upon you, show you favor, and give you shalom, my friends, in Yahushua name.